Hi there! In continuation of the previous video, I am going to show you how to implement a proportional controller P, which is the simplest form of PID controllers. I will also investigate the P-type controllers performance for the water tank system, which I created using Factory IO software. If you remember, from the previous video, I added the FB41 function to my project as my PID controller. As you can see, FB41 has lots of inputs and outputs. Now let's go ahead and learn how we can use the FB41 function using the help window. As you can see, after some details related to the controller's setting, a diagram shows the controller's performance, and finally, at the bottom of the window, we can see more details about the inputs and outputs of the controller inside two tables. Naturally, in order to use a PID controller, we need to determine desired and real values of our industrial parameter. In this video, our industrial parameter is the level of water inside the water tank system. Notice, based on the PV per on parameter, only one of these two inputs will be used. The first one, PV in, is a real number like the SP-int input. The PV in determines the current value of our industrial parameter. Its value is used directly by the PID controller without any changing. But if PV per on parameter is set to 1, the PV per will be used. The scale of this input can be changed by the parameters of these two blocks. Usually, this input is connected to an address of analog input modules to read an industrial parameter directly and then change its scale. Note that by default the PV in is selected. During the previous videos, I wrote a program to determine my desired and current level. Now I only need to use these two parameters which define the PV and SP values of the water level in the tank. Now, after feeding these two signals to the controller, the difference of these two signals is equal to the error value. Notice that the error value is connected to deadband section, which its default preset value is 0, but we can set it to a different number. Gain is the next parameter, which is the same as Kp coefficient that I already explained about it. As I mentioned already, the PID algorithm consists of three basic coefficients: proportional, integral, and derivative. By default, the proportional and integral terms are activated. Now let me set the I cell to 0 to deactivate the integral term. Also, let's define gain value. So based on my settings, my PID function block will be used as a simple proportional controller. Notice that I can enable or disable each term of my PID controller. Right now, only the proportional output is activated. The controller's output can be added with the disv parameter. By default, its value is equal to 0. Now I should determine that I want to control the inlet valve using the produce controlling signal or manually. For example, I can connect the man input to a potentiometer to control the inlet valve manually. Remember, my current program already included a program to control the inlet valve manually with a potentiometer. But I want to control the inlet valve by using my proportional controller's output. Note that by default, the manual mode is selected. My program should execute my PID function block only when the automatic mode is selected. Also, I need to use the man-on parameter to disable the manual mode of my PID function block. In other words, enable the automatic mode. Now, I am going to define LMN parameters on my controller block to limit the output of my proportional controller. Let's define 0 and 100 as mean and max values of the produced signal respectively. Now, after setting the LMN values on the controller block, I can also alter the range of the output signal by LMN norm section and use the output result signal as the LMN output. Because I defined the range of signal between 0 to 100, the output of CRP out or LMN pair is going to be a number between 0 to 27648. So if I connect LMN pair parameter to one analog address of an analog output module based on its settings, an analog signal of 0 to 10 or 4 to 20 milliamp or so on will be generated to control the inlet valve. Notice that the help window explains how these two blocks, LMN norm and CRP out, can be used. Since I already defined the mean and max values, I will have a number between 0 to 27,648 on the LMN pair output. So I only need to connect LMN pair output to the address of my analog module, which is connected to the inlet valve to produce a voltage between 0 to 10 volts to control the inlet valve. Okay, my program to control the water level of the tank using proportional algorithm is ready. As it was mentioned already, I use DB1 to store all data and parameters related to FB41 function block. And if I open DB1, I will see the whole of the information that is stored inside DB1. As an example, in this column and these rows, you can view the preset values related to gain, TI, and TD coefficients. Remember that the control program that is created so far is a proportional controller, and its derivative and integration terms are not active. Now let's download the new program into my virtual PLC. Notice in the previous videos I showed you how to create a connection between a virtual PLC and factory I/O. I am going to use the virtual PLC to control the water level of the tank. Alright, let's activate the auto mode of the controller while the outlet valve is closed to see how the controller performs to bring the current level of the water from 35 to my desired level, which is equal to 150 centimeters. As you can see, as the water level approaches the desired level, in other words, when the error value decreases, the inlet valve starts to close. Now let me to increase the desired water level to check the performance of the controller better. As you can see, the proportional controller can bring the water level to the desired level precisely without producing any fluctuation on the water level. The weakness of this controller is revealed when I open the outlet valve. Let's see if the controller can bring the water level to the desired level precisely as it did before or not. I opened the outlet valve a little. As you can see, as I opened the outlet valve, the controller tried to bring the current water level to the desired level. As you can see, the desired level is equal to 210, but the current level is 182. So there is a difference between my desired level and the water level. In other words, the final error is not equal to 0. Now let me open the outlet valve more to notice the weakness of my proportional controller better. Now I decrease my desired water level to 40. As you can see, the output of my controller is 0. In consequence, my PLC closed the inlet valve. Now while the outlet valve is open, let me raise the desired water level again to check out the performance of my proportional controller again. As you can see, there is an error between my desired level and the current level. That means proportional controller cannot control the water level precisely as long as the outlet valve is open. The reason is obvious. When the outlet valve is open, the controller needs to open the inlet valve to prevent the water level from dropping. But as it was mentioned earlier, the controller output is computed by multiplying the error value by the KP coefficient. So the error should not be 0 to have a non-zero signal at the output of my proportional controller. In this condition, the proportional controller can open the inlet valve. In the next video, you will see how by adding the integral coefficient to our proportional controller, this weakness will be resolved. Thank you so much for watching this video.